Okay, boys and girls, today we are cutting again. Now, you're going to cut on Thursday, and I'm going to show you again how to cut on that day. But right now, I want to remind you, everybody got these little sheets in their packet of sunshines with little lines, and these are little sheets so you can practice cutting. Now, when you cut, what I want you to think about is your hand, your thumb has to point up. So do you see the scissors here on the table? When you pick up your scissors, your thumb goes in the little hole, and your fingers, either 1, 2, 3, or 4 fingers, remember, can go into the big hole. Now, Mrs. Schultz's hands are bigger than yours, so really only 2 fingers go in the big hole for Mrs. Schultz. But I have my thumb in the little hole. Now, I like to say that there is my scissors are like a train, and I have a poem that I'm going to sing to you on Thursday about cutting, but you have to open and shut, open and shut. So you have to practice opening and closing your fingers to open and shut the scissors. And the scissors are like a train, choo choo choo. The thumb is the driver, he's the engineer of the train, so he has to be looking where he's going. So that's why he stays up on top so he can see the train track. Now the train track are any of the lines that you're cutting. So for this, we're going to use the dotted line as your train track. So the train needs to get on the train track, and it starts with an open hand, so open, and then remember you shut your hand together to cut. Then you have to open again and slide it up the train track, then close, open, and slide up. Let's do another one. So open your scissors, open the train, put it on the train track, and close, open, chug, 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 up the train track, close. Let's try this one. Open, close, open, chug, 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 up the train track, close again. So those are just little practice ones. But now, each of you have a balloon, your All About Me balloon, and we're actually going to cut this balloon out. Now this paper is a little thicker than this paper, so it might be a little bit more challenging to cut. And Mommy and Daddy, they may have to help you some to get started, but I really want you to practice. So you're going to start, Mommy and Daddy might want to help start that part, and then you get on the black line here. The black line is what? The train track. And here's your train. So we're going to put it on, and you're going to open and close your scissors, like on the train track. Open and slide your scissors up, close, open, slide your scissors up the train track, close, open, slide, close, open, slide. And we're going to keep on doing that until we come around. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but what's my other hand doing? It's kind of turning the paper, isn't it? Because if I don't turn the paper, see how my hand's going to have to come all the way up here and go like this and turn? That gets kind of hard. So instead of turning your scissor hand, I want you to use your other hand and take your paper and turn the paper. That way you can keep your hand down closer to you and your scissors, open, close, and then practice with your other hand, your turning paper hand. So you have a turning paper hand and you have your scissor cutting hand. So scissor cutting, and I'm still chug, chug, chugging up the train track. Chug, 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 and turn. Chug, 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 and turn. Now remember, Mrs. Schultz has been cutting for a very long time, so I've gotten pretty good at cutting. So I stayed pretty close to my black line all the way around. But remember, you're just starting to cut, so it's totally fine if you're not all the way close to your line right now. This is practice time. So I want you just to practice cutting out your balloon first, all right? So practice that. Okay, so Mrs. Sampson, she has already finished her cutting her balloon. So what color is her balloon? Right, it's green. So now we're going to ask Mrs. Sampson what her favorite things are. The first question on there is my favorite toy or game. And what you're going to do is you're going to write it down with Mommy or Daddy's help. So let's see what Mrs. Sampson says.
My favorite game is Yahtzee. I love to play Yahtzee with my family. In my family, I have a husband. I have 3 kids, and I have 2 dogs. When I grow up, I want to be a teacher. I've always wanted to be a teacher. I love being around kids. My favorite animal is probably dogs. I have 2 dogs. One is Annie and one is Wrigley, and they're good friends to me at home. My favorite foods are pizza and cookies. I love to eat cookies and pizza. My favorite color is pink, just like the shirt. My shirt that I'm wearing a pink shirt. And I am 52 years old. So okay, so I have my balloon and I have all of my questions answered. And the last thing I need to do is put either ribbon or yarn on my balloon. So I'm going to get a hole punch. And I'm going to punch a hole here at the bottom. And I'm going to put the ribbon through the hole. And that's kind of tricky. It's a pretty small hole, so you might need Mommy or Daddy to help you with that one. And then Mommy or Daddy will probably need to tie the ribbon on the balloon. If I can get the balloon. There it is. There. And that's what it will look like when it's all done.